Hi everybody and welcome to your exam masterclass for the Microsoft Office Specialist courses. At this stage, you're hopefully ready for the exam, or you will be thinking about sitting your exam over the coming weeks. Before we can book in an exam, there are a few things that we need to discuss. They are the Skillsoft course material, the Geometrics testing and training tool, and your exam checklist. So firstly, with the Skillsoft material, you need to achieve a grade of 80% or above in all of the courseware modules. Secondly, the Geometrics testing and training tool. On these tests, you also need to achieve 80% or above in the tests that you complete. And lastly, the exam checklist. This needs to be filled out before we can book in the exam. The purpose of the exam checklist is for you to go over all of the objectives of the course material that you have completed, and you can see if you are happy enough with what you've covered, or perhaps there might be an area that you would like to go over again, and the checklist can help you with this. At this point, you hopefully are exam ready, so what you need to do is contact your tutor and we can organise the exam for you. On your course, you may have noticed a number of forums. And one of those forums is an exam and accreditation forum, and we would always encourage the learner to look through this forum and have a look through the posts, and you will find some helpful information here. In the exam forum, as I said, there is a number of posts, but there is one post that discusses the exam layout. And I think before you sit the exam, it is important to understand what to expect in the exam. So what we are going to do is take a quick look at a short clip that shows the layout of the exam and what to expect when you sit it.
Welcome to Certiport Training Videos. I'm Clark.
Hi, I'm Judy.
We're here to show you the look and feel of the Microsoft Office Specialist, or MOS certification exams.
Throughout the world, Certiport and its partners deliver MOS certification exams to validate user proficiency for the entire Microsoft Office suite of applications, including Word, Excel, PowerPoint, SharePoint, OneNote, Outlook, and Access. Nice graphics, Clark.
Thanks. It's amazing what you can do with PowerPoint these days.
Let's take a look at the actual exams.
In the previous demo, we showed you how to launch an IQ system exam. Once you've come to this point, click Start Exam.
With the launch of each MOS certification exam, a short tutorial orients a test candidate to the environment of the exam. Testing time begins only when a test candidate clicks Begin Test, so a test candidate may review the tutorial information as much as needed without wasting test time.
Ready to start the test, Judy?
Yes, I am.
Here is the first question of the test. Notice the countdown timer, the number of total questions and the question you're currently on, and the navigation tools.
The great thing about MOS certification exams are that they are all performance-based, requiring a test candidate to perform tasks within the Microsoft Office software. This is a unique feature of Certiport's delivery system.
Exactly, Judy. Unlike other exams that use a select response model with multiple choice type questions, Microsoft Office exams are built entirely within the software to measure a test candidate's ability to perform real-life tasks and show proficiency within a Microsoft Office application.
Many of the test questions include more than one step, simulating real-life tasks performed in the workplace. Test candidates receive credit for each portion of the task they correctly answer.
So if you know how to do this, but not this, then you get partial credit?
Exactly. If you are not satisfied with your work, you may click the Reset button to redo the work or skip the question to come back to it at a later time. A general test-taking tip is to skip unknown questions until the end of the exam.
Once the task is completed to a test candidate's satisfaction, clicking the Next button submits the answer and the candidate can continue with the exam.
Be aware that clicking Next submits an answer to be automatically graded by the exam, and there's no way to go back to redo work. So, if you feel you did not answer correctly, and you may want to come back to the question, you must click Skip.
When the last question is completed, or when the time expires, exam details appear, including the final score and whether or not the test candidate has passed or failed the exam.
A score report is also generated. Click Print Score Report to view additional details about performance on this exam. Print the score report at this time, or access it at a later time online within your Certiport user account.
Well, that's how the Microsoft Office Specialist exams work. If you need more information, contact one of Certiport's friendly sales representatives.
Clark.
Okay. See you next time on Certiport training videos.
After looking at this short clip, you can see the layout of the exam and what to expect. There are a few things that we will go over now today that will prepare you for the exam. Firstly, what you need to do is you need to register as an exam candidate on the Certiport website. Here you will register a profile for yourself and also a username and a password that is very important. On the day of your exam, you will be required to enter these in order to sit the exam. As we discussed, you need to register with Certiport in order to sit the exam. You do need to create a username and a password, and it's very important to keep these safe, but we can discuss this again at a later stage. Another important thing before you book in the exam is to contact your tutor, and we will find a location where you can sit your exam. In order to sit a Microsoft Office Specialist exam, you do need to sit it in an authorised testing centre. There are a number of testing centres throughout the country, and when you contact us, we can find out where your closest centre is. So at this stage, we know we are ready for the exam. We have registered with Certiport, and we've also located a testing centre that is close by where you can sit your exam. So the next stage is to go and sit the actual exam itself. So there are a few things that we can go through to prepare you for the day. You are by now familiar with the layout of the exam, and the other important questions that you would have would be the duration of the exam. How long is it? The duration of a Microsoft Office Specialist exam is 50 minutes long. Another thing to think about is how many questions will you be asked. There are no set number of questions in the exam. It can range from between 18 and maybe 28 or 29 questions. And just bear in mind that some of these questions may have multiple parts. Another thing to think about is the pass mark. What do I need to get in order to pass my exam? You need to achieve a grade of 700 marks out of 1000. After completing the exam, you will receive instant results. You will find out there and then on the day what your mark was and if you passed your exam. I think today we have highlighted some of the important things that you need to consider before sitting the exam and when you sit the exam. So what I would like to do now is to invite any questions that you might have about your exam, and hopefully we can help you with those questions. And last but not least, to wish you the very best of luck in the sitting of your exam.